Right, a very good morning to all our viewers and a warm welcome to our Alumni Talk with Asutosh Nayak. Asutosh,
Hey, hi, good morning.
morning, how are you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing good.
Right, wonderful. Glad to have you here today.
Yeah,
This is part of a series where we reach out to those industry professionals who've had some tryst with data mites in the past, and somewhere in terms of a journey, you have seen a lot. You're also in a very exciting period, so we'd like to hear a little more about your thoughts on that. Would you care to introduce yourself so we can start there?
yeah. So already you know my name, but I'll introduce myself once again. So my name is Asutosh Nayak. So currently I'm working as a data engineer at Versatile Capitalist. Okay, so I am having total 6 years of IT experience. From starting when I joined the company, I was working on Salesforce domain. Okay, so due to after that, my company has started some projects on data engineer side. So I got the chance to work on that, and in that time, actually, I was completely new to that field. Actually, data engineer, I had no idea about any Python or AWS. I have started working on that, and as I'm new to that field, I have joined DataMites at that time so that I can learn that technologies and work on my projects as well, which will help.
What year was that?
Sorry.
Which year was that?
So from last 6 months, I'm working on that data engineer domain.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah, that's all.
Okay. So prior to that, you said you had that's quite a few years of experience in all. Totally, you have 7 to 10 years.
No, 6 years.
6 years. All right. Oh, great. Okay, wonderful. All right. So, okay. Yeah, we'd like to hear a little more about where you started off in terms of looking at data engineering. That's one area where um, well, it's becomes technical in its own right, and you also have newer tools coming up. So, where did you start off? What are the tools that you started off with?
Okay, I have started from like Python and SQL, and then slow by slow, into the cloud technologies like AWS. So I'm more focusing on AWS side because I'm currently working on the AWS domain only. So from AWS, these are the services we are using like S3 and Apache Airflow, Glue, and Lambda. These are the main three thing, and Redshift also, of course. These are the tools we are using from the AWS side, and uh, and of course Python is the programming language which we are using to write the code, and SQL is the same also.
So, when this kicked off, you were completely new to programming.
No. As I said, like I was working on the Salesforce side,
Salesforce.
so I have idea about the programming knowledge as I am belong to the computer science branch only. So I have experience on programming side actually.
Okay, all right, okay. And for those who are just starting off, SQL we know happens to be somewhere non-coding.
Yes.
What can you tell us about the tools like Docker, Airflow, and also AWS?
Okay, so as you know, like SQL is the basic thing to learn data engineering. It is the main core concept. Okay, without SQL, we cannot do anything. So first we need to clear on that SQL part. Then of course we need that Docker and Apache Airflow. But some of them are using the Airflow using Docker component. Okay, with hosting with the Docker. But my company is already using the MWA, which is provided by AWS only directly. So we are using that Airflow, and um, using Docker, we can host anything on website. Okay, so it will be helpful for any server and anything which could be useful. But in my current project, Docker is less used actually, more into AWS side actually. Yeah.
Yes. So, okay. So somewhere the demand for AWS and Azure, one of the two, is always around the cards. I take it you can perform a bit of ML within that platform as well.
Yeah, definitely. Because data engineer the best step. Okay, so already as a data engineer we have to learn Python, SQL, and cloud technologies. So in future also, if you want to switch the career from data engineer to, obviously we can go in that data science or any AML engineer, because these are the only concept it will be used in that domain also. Of course we have to learn something new on that, but these are the only basic things from data engineer. Same things will be used.
Okay, so I'll just rewind a little back, Ashutosh.
Yeah.
So, for those who are starting off in terms of understanding a bit more about data engineering, what is the expectation from the team and what is the expectation from the client on a particular project?
Okay. So what I can say, my client has multiple data sources. Okay, let's assume that Salesforce, any Oracle, any MS SQL side, and or any API side, third party API. Okay, these are the main data sources where we have to fetch the data and process it and upload into the warehouse, data warehouse. Okay, so this is the requirements, and daily it has to be processed actually, because daily end users are making changes or any updating the records or creating any new records, so that has to be uploaded into the Redshift data warehouse. So the process is like we have used the Apache Airflow to schedule it all the things, because it is a orchestration tool. So we have written multiple lambdas to handle this, like also like I can say, we have created a user, okay, UI, dash UI, data as a service. So the front end is completely based on React side, which is I am not part of that team actually, and I belongs to the backend team. So backend was purely into Python, SQL, and cloud technologies. Okay. So in the UI, like there are multiple data sources available, like Salesforce, MS SQL, Oracle, any third-party API. Okay, these are the data sources where you can fetch the data, and using that data sources you can create data pipelines. Okay, so suppose I want to fetch the data from Salesforce. Like I can create a data pipeline, because Salesforce is already supported as data source. Okay, so I can select the data source as Salesforce, and I'll give the data pipeline name and everything, and Salesforce regarding credentials. Of course you need to authenticate to Salesforce, then only we can fetch the data from Salesforce. And whatever the required connections credential to Salesforce, we have to provide that. And when we'll save that data pipeline, it will hit a lambda in background actually. So that lambda will be responsible to create a data pipeline. If only the credentials are valid, it will go and connect to a Salesforce data source uh, using the real credential the user entered. So if that credentials are correct, then the data pipeline will be successfully created with enabled. Okay, so after this creation enabled, we can create that activities. Suppose the data pipeline we have created, under that data pipeline we can create activities. I don't know, some of the students might not have any idea about the Salesforce side. So there are objects, like we know the database side tables. The same as these are the objects. objects like accounts, contacts, leads, opportunities. These are the objects available in the Salesforce side. So in that object, we have records available. So we need to fetch that records. Suppose we need to fetch the account records, then we have to create a account activity. So we have to create a account activity, and we can there are multiple tabs like creating data pipeline, creating activities, and all this. We have to go to the activities tab, and we can create activities. We give the name of the activities and select the object like account object. And here the source is S3. Sorry, source is Salesforce, but our requirement is different. Like we can some of you are like are using. It depends on the completely company side. Some of wants to bring the data like Salesforce to S3, then S3 to Redshift, and some of them directly you can Salesforce to Redshift upload, then you can process it in a new table. So our requirement is like no middle of the S3, you can upload directly to the Redshift in a time table. Okay, so we can create source there it was Salesforce, and destination was Redshift. So in already we have created the Salesforce side source, and we have to create a destination on Redshift. So for Redshift also connecting as a destination, we need some credentials like Redshift host name, port name,
Okay.
database. So these are things you can mention there, and clicking saving on that activity, it will hit another lambda in the background which you have written. So that lambda will be responsible to create a connection, data pipeline connection completely between a Salesforce to Redshift. Okay, so this connection was completely created, and also we have lambdas to schedule this activity when we want to run every 15 minutes or every 1 day, every 30 day. Like
Right.
this is the requirement. So you can schedule it using the scheduler, and it will hit another lambda which will schedule it in the Apache Airflow for this lambda to execute in every 15 minutes or every 1 month, every 1 day. It depends on the use case. So this is the complete process. And at starting, we are using when the project is started, we are using the AWS Glue, okay, to process all these. But we know that AWS Glue is very, very, very much expensive in terms of huge data. Low data, it's okay, but in terms of huge data, it will be very, very expensive. So of course, in real time, obviously, we have to handle with the large data only. We cannot use less
Right.
records, right? So in that case, we are using the starting. We are using the AWS Glue, but due to large data, so there has to be some cost, and you have to pay that. So the bill, AWS bill was little higher. So the
Right.
client decided to move this from AWS Glue to like Airbyte. It is an ETL tool only.
Right.
Uh, yeah. So my client has deployed the Airbyte instance in Docker, and they gave us the URLs for different sandbox and production. So we are using those URLs to manage this. So from there, we have to migrate from AWS Glue to Airbyte side.
Okay.
Because Airbyte
Wonderful.
is open source, not much expensive. So that is the reason.
Okay. All right. All right. So while it is open source, you have to just ensure it is there is no data leakage and
Yeah,
somewhere.
yeah, right, right. Because it is deployed in our own instance, and there
Right.
has some securities like VPC enabled and all this. So in Lambda also, we have to enable the VPC to connect with that URL, or else it will not be connected. Yeah.
Very, very insightful, Ashutosh. Thank you. That's I think it's pretty much an end-to-end picture of what goes on in that domain, right? So and lots of challenges, like, I'm supposing, in terms of changing requirements and making things more cost efficient.
Yes.
So with a little bit more of AI that we have all been hearing about, and when you talk about agentic AI, have you seen that kind of a buzz going around in the company? Is there any challenges, any opportunities?
No, not right now, but definitely we are using the LLMs because there are different LLMs like ChatGPT,
Right.
Anthropic, and DeepSeek, Google Gemini. There are lots of LLM available. So, but we are using it like what can I say? Uh, if we'll write a code, suppose it might take us to 1 day or 2 day to complete it, right? Because we are humans. Okay,
Yeah.
the same task we are using with the LLMs, and that can be done in 1 hour. So definitely we are using those LLMs to rectify our code or write any enhancement to help, which will help us to do it.
Very
So
much, yes. And that's a huge help. Okay, great. So you're still pretty much at the you'd say early days of your career, long way ahead.
yeah,
Any plans? Let's say 5 years down the line, where do you see yourself?
yeah, of course. In future, my aim is to to work as a data science or any AML engineer because these domains are really booming now these days. So definitely, as we know, like data engineering is the basic first step towards these domains. So data engineer, data analyst, data science, then or AIML. So definitely, after gaining some experience, I'll try to look into the data science or AIML part actually.
Great, wonderful, great to hear that, and I wish you all the very best with that.
Yeah,
So,
thank
thank you, Ashutosh. Thank you so much for sharing your knowledge, and thank you for joining us today.
yeah, sure, no problem.